Hey guys, what's good? You're watching the Best Damn Comic Book Show, episode 5.
Got a haircut today. I look all slick and shit. Yeah.
I need a haircut and a shave.
Oh, shave. I
Cat's officially like way past me in the weight department too. I got a lot of catching up to do here. I feel like I'm looking more and more Kevin Smith like every day.
Oh no, he's
oh yeah, well, pre-heart attack.
Smith, yeah.
Pre-heart attack. No,
Kevin looking good.
Now he's a shell of the man he once was physically. Anyways, guys, to get started, came across a post on Instagram. I actually got a little triggered by it because there's some guy, don't know who he is, but he's posted on a speculator's Instagram page, basically referring to this shop. He didn't say the shop's name. I'll give him that much. Yeah. But I know exactly what he was talking about because there was a signing here. Adam Glass and Bernard Chang came and signed the Teen Titans 22, the first appearance of Crash. And Cat got some books CGC'd, some of the incentive variants, and the guy wasn't happy about it and decided to let, I guess he didn't, I don't know. The way I look at it is kind of like the guy painted himself as he's a regular at this shop, and I've been coming here.
I would like to. Again, I don't. He could be. I don't know who he is.
Right.
Because again, if you're gonna bitch and complain, at least have the balls and come say, "Hey, man, why don't you sell it?" So, but I've explained to people the way it works. Yes, I do get variants. I don't get a lot. I do get them. You ask me if I have it, I'll sell it to you. For this, and I do have 3 regular guys that have been with me for one as long as almost 18 years.
Right.
And he wants every variant, both Marvel and DC. Guess what? He's gonna get it. He's and I tell everybody, yes, that comes in. I do get variants, but I have a hierarchy of who I give it to, and it's just that they buy everything, and then I got it. Outside of him, I got 2 other guys that want every variant.
Right. And
they understand pricing and everything, and I sell my variants. On this particular instance with the Crush variant, the variants that I had, I ordered separately from what I ordered for the shelf. So the shelf, my numbers were a lot more conservative. The variant being, I think it was 1 in 25.
Yeah.
I think I maybe had 1 or 2 for the shelf, which went to my guys. The others that I had were because I ordered specifically for the signing, to have books for signing. So those, I don't consider those part of my regular inventory.
Right.
I have plans for those variants from the get-go. They were going to get signed, sketched by Bernard, and sent in a CGC. I don't get that opportunity. I don't go to conventions. I don't go, like guys that go sit in line. I don't. I run my business and that's it. And I try to do the best job as a business owner, to treat everybody the same way and give everybody the same chance of getting variants. You get variants every week.
I do.
And if I don't have it, I tell you.
Yeah.
And again, it is what it is.
And the way I look at it too is like a lot of people out there don't realize that, and we've said it in other videos, Cat, to get that one variant, he's got to order 25 copies of the book.
That's 25 at $1. Do the math. Let's average it out at a 50%. 20 times at $1. No, $2, because the book is a $4 book now. So I'm spending $50 for a variant. That's selling on eBay, you can buy it on eBay for $10-15. To me, that's not freaking, because again, the price is different by speculators on eBay.
Right. Exactly.
So again, the guys butthurt because I didn't sell them a variant, but again, I didn't have any extra from the shelf orders. Those shelf orders went to my regulars. And again, I'm not, just because you start shopping new with me, I will give you everything that I can. But you know what? I'm not going to cut out a guy that's been with me for 18 years, gives me money on a weekly basis just to appease a guy that comes in, buys 1 or 2, 3 books. I know it doesn't sound fair, but dude, you're in my place, you do the same thing.
I see guys online getting pissed off at their local comic book shop owners all the time, and I get it. There's things that piss me off.
Put yourself in my shoes.
Yeah, it's different. Exactly.
Put yourself in my shoes.
Yeah.
And let me see you make the same decisions that I'm making on a different level. You're not. You're going to do the same thing I'm doing. Simple as that.
Put your name on it.
Put your name, yeah.
Put your name
Come
on
in
it.
and talk to me. I don't bite.
All right. Anyways, so this week we do have some eBay pricing for the books that came out. Now remember, we shoot this on Thursday, so as of Thursday, the 25th, these are the prices, books that came out yesterday for us. on the 24th.
Right.
We got Wonder Woman 57. One of my picks, Jenny Farzan.
Just listen to the guy.
Yeah, it's going $13 shipped. That's I've been saying these Jenny Farzan books, like her last few haven't picked up, but like the last 2 or 3 are going up. So the older books are gonna actually. I already see people are posting books about her very first cover. I think it's a Voltron book from 5 years ago.
Yeah.
So I mean, be on the lookout for that stuff. Pick up these Farzan books. She's awesome. The work's awesome, and the print runs because it's not a hot book. But
Voltron, that should be.
Oh yeah, that's why that Voltron book's got to be
Lion
tiny.
Forge. Is it through Lion Forge or through?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
We'll talk about it next week. Spider Gals #1. I talked about it. The Jeff DeCal cover. It's a 1 in 50. It's going for $60-$70. So a little bit above ratio. Whatever I usually consider ratio about $50. So it's going above ratio.
So you're looking at characters that they put together in a book from books that didn't survive. These books are gonna be low print run.
Oh yeah.
It's I mean, the only crazy people are gonna get them are crazy people, crazy
Right.
dealers, and might be one of them. I'm not saying that, but again,
What you are
50,
saying is, if you get this book for $70, that's still a deal.
That's still a deal, in my opinion, because
yeah.
it'll grow down the line. It'll grow,
And that the print run's tiny because they're not super marquee characters, and that's something to look out for. We say it all the time. The rarity helps with a lot of these stuff, especially a year, 2, 5 years, 10 years down the line. Then Spider-Gwen Ghost, another book I brought up.
Shit, that's $225,
Yeah.
$250. Damn,
$220.
It was 100. It was 100 and. I think Midtown sold it for 110 or
Yeah,
109,
Midtown they sold it for a little over 100. It's a Korean artist, Ji Hyung
Dude,
Lee.
we've been talking Ji Hyung.
Oh, this is a different one.
Oh, this is a different guy?
Yeah. There's these Korean artists coming out now doing awesome work.
Ooh.
This is a 1 in 100 book, so it's.
Again,
it's gonna be a ghost cover, guys. A ghost. Yeah.
Again,
it's a 1 in
Spider-Gwen,
100. Yeah.
The title got canceled, didn't sell. She's a popular character, but the book just doesn't sell.
It's not popular enough to order 100 copies.
It's not exactly. So low print run, given the fact that they don't print. Yeah, that's wow.
Beautiful art from a new young artist.
I'm telling you.
I mean, it's just these are the formulas.
Who needs J. Scott Campbell when you got these guys popping in left and right?
Yeah, I mean, J. Scott. We'll probably dedicate a whole episode to J. Scott Campbell.
I love the guy's art, man.
Anyways, let's get to the picks of the week. What do we got here? I see.
It's a 5-week month.
Yeah, the dreaded 5th Wednesday of the month. We've talked about it before.
I look at Heroes of Crisis. I feel like DC's in crisis. I mean, what was it? You forwarded me that article that somebody put in or post about how frustrated he is with the Superman books, how it's like Bendis is writing a soap opera. I think the guy says, hey man, just go write TV soap operas. Give me something that's I want to see Superman, and I've already said I want to see Superman kick somebody's ass. The guy points out the Scott Snyder run on Superman Unchained, which I didn't read because I'm not a big fan, but it is a lot of action.
Yeah,
I could go back to the Jeff Loeb run where he took on like all these cosmic and space. I mean, he was fighting. I mean, there was always something happening. I mean, and I've always said that Batman and Superman are 2 of the toughest characters to write.
Right.
Because they're so old and they're both so powerful. So a lot of times you get drama in their stories. It's like, oh, Lois. Like, look, it's Lois and Clark. That's just done. There's no love interest. There's nothing. Let's not do anything. Just show me Superman do something.
Yeah.
The Superman book is boring as fuck. Action's a bit. There's still drama in it. Like this whole Zogart thing. I don't know, man. It's just. But there's not much out of DC. I mean, the only book for me was Heroes in Crisis #2.
It's the 5th week. You're not gonna. If it's a bi-weekly book, they're not gonna put out a 3rd issue that month. It's a good time for them to put out annuals, and then
actually, you got a lot of Looney Tunes. You got the next wave of Looney Tune crossovers with the superheroes.
Right. None of them stood out to me.
They don't, but they look interesting enough to worth the read, but nothing to go, crazy. I mean, with me, Heroes in Crisis, it's like. I'm so against, and I've talked to writers before, and I've said, why do you guys constantly have to kill heroes? It's like it just becomes such a moot point because once whoever's decided this is out of the picture, they'll bring characters back, and it's just like, just write them off in the sunset or something. And if you've already done a story to where you turned the hero into heel, which was Crisis Identity Crisis, where Ralph, elongated man kills his wife, or I don't remember, but they retconned that, so why even go do it again?
Right.
I mean, the only good thing about this, I mean, it's a good read. It's Tom King, hands down. It's a good read, and it's like, but you look at it's like, why are you killing these heroes? Stop. I love Clayman's artwork in this book, and I was trying to figure out who the hell is Clayman, and I went. He did some early stuff over at Marvel for Gambit, the Gambit series a few years ago. But I love his artwork on this book. I mean, it's
at the very least the interiors of the book.
I mean, it's again, it's Tom King, so it's a good, solid story.
Yeah.
It's just a personal thing where, why are we fucking killing shit? But you get Clayman's artwork, it's so phenomenal. I mean, it's a good product.
Okay.
It's just, I'm tired of shit dying, man.
I get it.
I'm getting older. People are dying around me. I don't want to see heroes dying in my comic books. You know, I want to escape the reality of life.
Not enough kids reading the books to appreciate
but
it.
that's all out of DC. I mean,
what do you got? What do you got for Marvel this week? What do you get?
Again, that graded 50 week. A ton of second prints,
alternate
covers,
seconds, third, fourth prints of the Venoms. They're like a print number 68.
It's crazy, you know. Well, Venom first host.
Yeah. Well, I saw there's just a stream of second prints for Venoms as well.
But Daredevil this week. I mean, Charles Soule, man, he's so good on this book. And you have Phil Noto doing the artwork, which I find Noto's artwork kind of dull, like boring, but the story is so good. It's like, I'm looking forward to reading this book. And you have this whole Kingpin, it stemmed from the Kingpin storyline, Kingpin the mayor. Then, you know, you had the Hand come in and they took out Fisk. Then Matt becomes the mayor because he was deputy mayor, and King Wilson comes back. I mean, it's been a solid story. Now you have this whole thing where I don't know what they're going to, but you have the death of Matt Murdock. So, and I mean, you're gonna have a Kingpin Matt Murdock head-to-head confrontation.
There's a lot of cool stuff happening.
It's a really solid story. Charles Soule on this book on Daredevil has been phenomenal. You know, and we were talking about it a few days ago to where one of my guys dropped the book because it just got so silly, but he dropped it a couple of years ago, but you don't know what you're missing.
You gotta get back into it.
So, you know, maybe trade time or whatever. Old Man Logan 50, it's the end of Old Man Logan,
issue, right?
Last issue 50. Again, you're like, no Logan, but you got this Logan. And actually, you grew to like the character.
Right.
At least I liked this version of Wolverine stemming from the Old Man Logan storyline by Millar and everything else of that. It was cool. You got a different attitude. Don't shut up. Fuck it. I've seen everything, you know. So it'll be kind of not sad, but it's like
a little bittersweet.
Because again, it is over, and now that you got regular Logan in, but I'm looking forward to. I mean,
and also because it's the last issue. You know, something cool is probably going to happen in it.
I mean, you know, the what is the solicitations? You know, says Logan's going out the same way he came in and through a world of pain. So, you know, he's taking on Maestro, you know, or the Hulk from his world, and they've been at each other's throat. It's gonna be slashing and dicing from cover to cover,
right.
thing.
And there's something to look into as well. I've noticed people don't seem to order that very last issue as much as they do the other issues. So in a few years, when you got people trying to complete the runs, those number 50s are always hard to come by. Perfect example is a Cable Deadpool series. Everything in between, like the first 5, is, you know, they're dollar books, and then the last couple of issues like are going for $20-$25, and nothing really important happens in them.
It's always that last issue.
Yeah,
Look
exactly.
at G.I. Joe.
Yeah,
I mean, you can name last issues. It's like
people, it's completionist, and the print runs are lower because, you know, there's a reason. Old Man Logan, they're not canceling it. They're canceling because regular Logan's back in continuity, but you know, it's just something to look out for.
Marvel 2-in-1. Chips Zdarsky's been doing such a great job with that. I mean, Dan Slott on Fantastic Four. I mean, and both books are such a smooth transition to bringing back Fantastic Four in a storyline, a continuity that they've been on for number of years, not 3 years that we haven't had a book. It's a book for not having all 4 members. It's been good up to this point. It's been just to see that whole Ben-Johnny relationship, that they've always been at each other, like joking, clowning, whatever, hating, love,
it's
relationship.
It's a fun book.
It's a fun read. It's a solid, and artwork's really good.
Anyways, guys, that's going to do it for Cat's Picks of the Week. Make sure to stick around right now. We're going to talk about Marvel's plans to expand the universe across, I shouldn't say the universe, but expand the characters across the globe to include other countries' superheroes. in their cinematic universe.
Hey guys, so today Daniel and I are going to discuss Marvel's plan to expand their universe into other countries. Well, expand characters from other countries. Black Panther did so well from a fictitious African country. The idea now is basically, why not create superheroes from actual existing countries and see how they do. As we know, Marvel's done so well across the globe, like having specifically a character from India would be huge.
But this is all coming from, so Stephen Wacker, creative development at Marvel, spoke about plans that Marvel has for its Indian audience and the appeal of Marvel content. He said, "It's a belief that there is a hero inside of all of us. Within each of us is a belief that we can be better than who we are. I think that's exciting for everybody." He also went on to say that we want to find a way to create characters that have a home in this world so we can bring Indian culture to the core of North American Marvel fans. Let them understand a different part of the world too. That's for us, North Americans. I think that's going to be an exciting thing for Marvel. My hope is that the fan in India feels just as much a part of the Marvel universe as some kid in New York. And obviously, and then he goes on to explain that it's because of Black Panther, like you mentioned, that's already happening.
Yeah.
Kids in Africa kind of do have someone, and just black people in this country have someone to stand behind. And so for me, why not? But honestly, this is this is what keeps Marvel alive.
Do you think it should be like an Indian produced film, though? Like they should make it in India with Indian actors?
No, with Indian actors for sure.
But like maybe Indian actors, not Indian American actors.
Yeah, if they can get it, why not?
Right.
If I think the creative team involved, if they're going to go in India or any of these countries, they need to actually get people that are involved in that community who actually know. Otherwise, you'll never break that boundary of American and like.
And also the argument to that would be, well, we need a star to sell the film. I don't think that's true at all. If you look at the cast now of the MCU,
Black Panther, they made all their stars. None of those people were stars.
Not just that, but every Marvel superhero, if you think about it, because Robert Downey Jr.
With the exception of Robert Downey.
Well, his career was in the tank when he did it. Iron Man saved his career and resurrected it.
I'm not going to argue
you can
that.
make the argument for that. Like these films, like
make stars.
Exactly. The stories are strong enough where you don't need to attach a star to it, which is a mistake. I think that, not to take another swipe at Warner Brothers, but I feel like they kind of did the inverse of that with the way they cast.
They did everything else wrong. I'm not even going to talk about DC because it's not even worth it.
But it's a cool idea, and if anybody's going to get it right, it's going to be Disney Marvel for sure.
And I think that's what keeps them alive.
Yeah.
That's what destroys superhero fatigue, because all of a sudden, on our other YouTube channel, Daniel and Gian Talk, our audience tells us all the time, like, oh, it's stupid American content.
Right.
If you break that mold of being stupid American superhero films, and you have all of these people, which, mind you, they go and watch these movies anyway.
Right.
But besides that, if they have actually someone to root against, and you create an Earth Avengers group, you make something up where it's like you have the Indian and the Russian and the American and the fucking Argentinian, like they all come together somehow and they fight.
It's just gonna make that the hold on the global market that much bigger.
And and who's to say that's a bad thing?
Not at all. No, I'm all for it. I'm all for a different form of representation.
As long as they use real people from their cultures.
Absolutely.
If it's just if it's gonna be dude from Dev Patel or whatever his name is,
right? Or if it's like Aziz Ansari,
then it's like
it's not the same.
They can be in the movie,
but
without a shadow of a doubt,
but not the main guy, whoever the character is.
Or even Veer Das, he could be in it too.
And I hope if this does happen that it connects into the comics as well, and that does something as well. But
because they don't have any Indian superheroes, they have the Pakistani. Miss Marvel.
Yeah, they got Kamala Khan. In the Marvel universe right now, but and she's American as well. But anyways, that's gonna do it for us, guys. Thanks for watching. Make sure to stick around for the variants of the week.
Cat, how do you feel about this? Like Marvel made an announcement. Marvel made an announcement that they're gonna start looking into making. I mean, there's on my other YouTube channel, we're pretty much 190 or 95% Indian content. There's 1.6 billion people in India, and in China there's how many billions of people? There's the most people on the planet are in China,
right? And
Marvel decided that in this next phase they're going to start introducing characters for the Chinese market and characters for the Indian market and so on, etc., around that.
Well, I mean, look, they've it's not the first time.
I mean, there's a Spider-Man, Indian Spider-Man, right? There was they put out an Indian Spider-Man book where it's.
Well, I mean, a lot of these characters are licensed out overseas.
Yeah.
To capture that market. I mean, yeah, they get Peter Parker, but a lot of people want to, again, relate to.
Absolutely.
It's marketing, bro. It's brilliant.
Oh, yeah.
It's brilliant. I mean, I need numbers. Whatever they need to do to get people attention to the product, whatever it is, if it's print, movies, whatever, by all means, there's gonna be some spillage down to my level, and whether it's Indian people that don't read comics in America, but because they introduce one and they'll have it, it might, whatever, if it's 10%, 5, whatever percentage it is,
Right.
it can't be bad. Given Marvel's track record about their movies, please, they've had foreign characters
Right.
before. They've had, the Jewish superhero Sabra, Super
Right.
Saver, or whatever his name is. Then you had, you had a bunch of British heroes for that British market.
That's right. Or Marvel UK.
Marvel UK.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's something new. They're just expanding it out of the norm. They're giving you something else. You know what I mean? Now, if they have a Indian Spider-Man, but if they actually create characters that are originated to that
And
part
I think
of the
that's
world,
I think that's the plan, is they're creating characters.
if they do that, dude, that's a cha-ching, because it could spill into my world
Yeah,
here.
absolutely.
I don't need to be in India, because if the stories intertwine and you publish it, I'm down.
Yeah.
And you're not changing existing characters, what DC's been trying to do, and they're not. DC tried it. They tried it with New Superman, and
Well, they did the Batman Incorporated too.
but it's just, again, I think they're missing the how to do it.
Right.
So I'm all for it. I'm in.
All right.
I'm in.
Okay, and this week for variants, I got not that many books. It's just a few books here. Stranger Things. I just finished season 2. I know this shit came out a year ago. Just finished it. Had a really good time watching it with my wife. I think there's going to be a season 3. It's a hit show. This book, I don't know. Cat, you didn't have many copies of it. I'm not sure people were banging down the doors to get it.
You know what? I gave number 1 a shot to see, because it's a number 1. I'm thinking, but again, what are you doing as a company to get people aware that you're printing a comic book outside of the people that come into my shop?
Exactly.
If you're hoping to get spillage into reading, dude, advertise.
Yeah.
Have Netflix put a thing. Oh, season 2, we got a comic
And I don't know
book.
why it's Dark Horse that's doing it. They should look into that. So
I mean,
that's
because again, given on what the popularity of the show is versus who knocked on my door for the book,
not the same thing.
Not the same thing.
But
I
I like,
it's a boat missed right there.
Exactly, and I'm with you on that. But I really like this cover from Greg Ruth. I'm not familiar with him. Cat might be.
I don't know.
And then, like with issue number 1, they have a photo cover of the show, and it's the Winona Ryder cover. It's so I think the Winona one's more for people. Those are the books that you could sell to non-comic book collectors,
right?
Especially if you get it signed. But the Greg Ruth one's just got really nice artwork, and it's got the Demogorgon on it, real cool cover. And I think this might be something. If that show turns into Game of Thrones in 5 or 6 years, people are eventually going to start looking for these items.
But even that Game of Thrones, there's a comic book and people don't. It's like, come on.
People,
how many
it's also the publisher for that one.
Dude, get on board, man. It's more money in your pocket.
Exactly. Heroes in Crisis. Ryan Soot cover. I picked it because it looks kind of like a Polaroid of Bane breaking Batman's back. And I know that the book is about, like, Heroes in Crisis is like a hero hospital, so superheroes go to get fixed. So I don't know if the guts of this book are going to talk about when Batman got his back broken, but I just thought it's a real cool looking cover.
Batman and Bane.
Batman and Bane on it as well.
And it's Ryan Sook. He's fan favorite. He's not bad.
This week, got to pick Image. We told you a couple weeks ago, Ice Cream Man got picked up. It's going to be made into a TV series, an anthology series, I believe. Well, and I also talked about this artist who came out of nowhere in one of Marvel's B cover variants, Vanessa Del Rey. Just this beautiful, beautiful cover featuring this creepy clown for Ice Cream Man number 8. And if you're into clown horror stuff, I'm sure this book's going to be awesome this week as well. So pick up the regular book and check it out. And then finally, Marvel, Avengers, Halloween. The 31st is a Wednesday,
True
so they're doing a little gimmick to get people in.
Trick or treat.
I know there's is it like Halloween comic book day too? I saw there's
they do all kinds of things.
Yeah,
they have a little. It's almost like free comic book day, but for Halloween.
It's a cool horror looking cover featuring the Avengers, and how often do you see that? It's by Gerard Safino. Geraldo Zafino, I think.
I haven't.
Gerardo Zafino. I've never heard of him, but it's a cool looking cover. He also did Old Man Logan's 1 in 25 ratio variant for number 50. For number 50. Really super cool
like the
looking
other
cover
one,
as
though.
well.
Cool.
That's going to do it for me this week. Thanks for watching. You know the drill. Smash that like button. Leave comments. Let us know what you think. Subscribe. If you're not a subscriber, we're at 16. We're slowly growing. If you're on Cat's Instagram, I hope.
Click on my bio, right?
Oh, well, if you're here and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you doing to us, guys? Hit the subscribe button, and we'll see you next time. Cat, take us away.
Support your local comic book store. Support print. Understand, we run a business. Again, everybody does it differently, but you need us just as much as we need you. The publishers need us just as much as we need them. So it's a
community.
It's community. So let's treat it as such. Understand what it is to run a business.
biome.
You know what it is to run a business, and I'll see you guys on Wednesday.